Hello, and welcome back to Simple English Quick Lessons and Podcast.
Hi, everyone. We're so glad you're here with us today.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. Today's topic is something that takes up a huge portion of our lives.
That's right. We're going to talk about work and jobs.
Whether you love your job, tolerate it, or dream of doing something else, work is a major part of most people's daily existence.
And being able to talk about your job in English is incredibly useful for networking, for job interviews, for casual conversations.
So, Emma, before we dive in, how was your day at work today?
It was good. A bit tiring. The kids had a lot of energy today, but overall, a productive day.
Energetic kids can be exhausting.
They certainly can. What about you? How was your workday?
Pretty standard. Lots of meetings, lots of emails, the usual IT chaos.
IT chaos sounds stressful.
It can be, but I'm used to it. Okay, let's talk about our jobs in detail. You go first.
All right. So, as you all know, I'm an English teacher. Specifically, I teach English to young children.
What age group?
I teach kids between 7 and 10 years old. It's a wonderful age range. They're old enough to understand concepts, but still young enough to be curious and enthusiastic.
Where do you work? Is it a public school or a private school?
It's a private language school. We specialize in teaching English as a second language to children whose first language isn't English.
How did you get into teaching?
I've always loved working with children. When I was in college, I studied education with a focus on language teaching. After I graduated, I did a certification program specifically for teaching English to young learners.
So you were very intentional about this career path.
Absolutely. It wasn't just something I fell into. I knew I wanted to teach, and I knew I wanted to work with kids.
What does a typical day look like for you?
Well, as I mentioned in our daily routine episode, I arrive at school around 7:50 a.m. My first class starts at 8:30.
How many students are in each class?
It varies, but typically between 12 and 15 students. Small enough that I can give individual attention, but large enough to have group activities and discussions.
What do you actually teach in a class?
It depends on the day and the curriculum. Sometimes we focus on vocabulary, learning new words through games, songs, and visuals. Other times we practice grammar, like verb tenses or sentence structures.
Do the kids enjoy grammar?
Not always. Grammar can be dry, so I try to make it fun with activities and interactive exercises. But honestly, they prefer the creative stuff.
Like what?
Story time is always popular. I'll read them a story in English, and then we discuss it. We also do role-playing activities where they pretend to be at a restaurant or a store and practice conversational English.
That sounds engaging.
It is. The key with children is keeping things dynamic. If they get bored, they stop paying attention. So I switch between different activities. Sometimes we're sitting and writing. Sometimes we're standing and playing games. Sometimes we're singing.
You must be exhausted by the end of the day.
I am. Teaching young children requires constant energy and enthusiasm. You can't just stand at the front and lecture. You have to be animated and engaging the entire time.
What's the most challenging part of your job?
Honestly, classroom management. When you have 15 energetic children in one room, maintaining order can be difficult. Some kids are naturally well-behaved, but others need more guidance.
How do you handle that?
Patience and consistency. I have clear rules: raise your hand before speaking, respect your classmates, stay in your seat, and I enforce them consistently. I also use positive reinforcement, praising good behavior, giving small rewards.
Does it work?
Most of the time, yes. Children respond well to structure and encouragement. Of course, there are challenging days when nothing seems to work, but those are the exception.
What's the most rewarding part of your job?
Oh, so many things. But the biggest reward is seeing progress. When a child who struggled with pronunciation suddenly says a word correctly, or when a shy student raises their hand to answer a question, those moments make everything worthwhile.
You're shaping their future.
In a small way, yes. Learning English opens so many opportunities for them. It's a privilege to be part of that journey.
Do you interact with parents much?
Yes, regularly. We have parent-teacher meetings once per term where I discuss each child's progress. I also communicate with parents via email if there are concerns or if I want to share good news.
What do you do during breaks between classes?
Prepare for the next lesson, grade work, grab a quick snack, drink tea. The breaks are short but essential.
What time do you finish work?
My last class ends at 4 p.m., but I usually stay until 4:30 or 5 p.m. to finish paperwork, organize materials for the next day, or talk with colleagues.
Do you take work home with you?
Sometimes, if I have a lot of grading to do or if I'm planning a special lesson that requires extra preparation, I'll work at home in the evening, but I try to avoid that when possible. I need my evenings to decompress.
Very understandable. How do you feel about your job overall?
I genuinely love it. Don't get me wrong, there are difficult days when I'm exhausted or frustrated, but overall, I find teaching deeply fulfilling. It aligns with my values and uses my skills.
Do you see yourself doing this long term?
Yes, I think so. Maybe eventually I'll move into curriculum development or teacher training, but I'll always stay in education.
That's wonderful to have such clarity. Okay, now let me tell you about my job.
Yes, please. I want to hear all about the world of IT.
It's not as glamorous as it might sound. So I work in IT, information technology. Specifically, I'm a systems administrator.
What does a systems administrator do?
Essentially, I maintain and manage the computer systems and networks for my company. I make sure everything runs smoothly, fix problems when they arise, and implement security measures.
That sounds technical.
It is. A lot of my work involves troubleshooting, figuring out why something isn't working and finding solutions.
Where do you work? What kind of company?
I work for a mid-sized marketing firm with about 150 employees. So it's not a huge corporation, but it's not tiny either.
How many people are in your IT department?
There are 4 of us, my manager, me, and 2 other colleagues. We handle all the technical needs for the entire company.
That seems like a lot of responsibility for 4 people.
It can be. We're constantly busy, but it also means we each have a lot of autonomy and variety in our work.
How did you get into IT?
I've always been interested in computers and technology. In college, I studied computer science. After graduation, I got an entry-level help desk job, and I worked my way up to this position.
How long have you been at your current company?
About 3 years now. It's been a good fit for me.
What does a typical day look like for you?
Well, as I mentioned before, I arrive at the office around 8:30. The first thing I do is check for any urgent issues that came up overnight.
Like what?
Maybe a server went down, or someone reported they can't access their email, or there's a security alert. I prioritize these urgent issues and start working on them immediately.
So you're essentially putting out fires.
That's a good way to describe it. A lot of IT work is reactive, responding to problems as they occur.
That sounds stressful.
It can be, especially when multiple things go wrong at once. But I've learned to stay calm under pressure. Panicking doesn't help anyone.
What else do you do besides fixing immediate problems?
I have project work as well. For example, right now we're upgrading our entire network infrastructure. That involves planning, testing, implementation. It's a months-long process.
That sounds complex.
It is, but it's also the most interesting part of my job. I like working on big projects where I can see tangible improvements.
Do you work alone or with your team?
Both. Some tasks I handle independently, but for major projects, we collaborate. We have team meetings to discuss strategy, divide responsibilities, and troubleshoot together.
What about meetings with non-IT people?
Oh yes, plenty of those. I often meet with department heads to understand their technology needs. Sometimes I have to explain technical issues in simple terms to people who aren't tech-savvy.
That must require good communication skills.
Absolutely. Being able to translate technical jargon into plain English is a crucial skill in IT. Not everyone understands what a DNS configuration error is, so I need to explain it in a way that makes sense.
What's the most challenging part of your job?
Dealing with difficult situations when everyone is panicking. If the email system goes down, suddenly dozens of people are emailing me, ironically, or calling me, all urgent, all demanding immediate fixes.
How do you handle that pressure?
I triage. I assess which issues are most critical and tackle those first. I also communicate clearly about timelines. I can't fix everything instantly, so setting realistic expectations is important.
That sounds very stressful.
It can be, but when I successfully fix a major problem and everything is running smoothly again, there's a real sense of accomplishment.
What's the most rewarding part of your job?
Solving puzzles. Every technical problem is like a mystery. I have to investigate, analyze clues, test hypotheses, and find the solution. When I finally figure it out, especially if it's a complex issue, I feel really satisfied.
You sound like a detective.
In a way, I am an IT detective.
Do you work from home ever or always from the office?
I'm in the office most days because a lot of my work requires physical access to servers and hardware. But occasionally, if I'm doing project work that's purely computer-based, I can work from home.
What time do you finish work?
Officially 5:30, but sometimes if there's an urgent issue, I stay later. And occasionally I'm on call. If something breaks in the evening or on a weekend, I might have to log in remotely to fix it.
That sounds disruptive to your personal life.
It can be, but it doesn't happen too often, maybe once a month or so.
What do you like most about your company?
My colleagues, honestly, the people I work with, both in IT and in other departments, are friendly and professional. That makes a huge difference.
And what do you like least?
The repetitive nature of some issues. People forgetting their passwords for the 100th time or calling me because they didn't turn their computer on properly. Those basic issues get tedious.
I can imagine.
But it comes with the territory. Not every day can be exciting problem solving.
How do you feel about your job overall?
I'd say I'm satisfied. It's not my dream job. I don't wake up every morning thrilled to go to work, but it's stable, it pays well, my colleagues are good, and the work itself is interesting enough.
Do you see yourself doing this long term?
Probably for another few years. Eventually, I might want to move into a more specialized role, maybe cybersecurity or cloud architecture, but for now, this is a good place to be.
That's very pragmatic.
I try to be. So we've talked a lot about our specific jobs. Now let's discuss how to talk about work in English.
Great idea. The most common question people ask is, what do you do? Or what do you do for work?
You can say simply, I'm a teacher, or I work in IT.
Or you can give more detail. I teach English to young children at a private language school.
You can also describe your responsibilities. In my job, I manage computer systems and solve technical problems.
If someone asks, how's work? You can respond, it's going well. It's been busy lately, or it's challenging but rewarding.
Other useful work-related questions include, how long have you been at your company? And what do you like most about your job?
Perfect. Now let's review some vocabulary. The first word is fulfilling.
Fulfilling. Fulfilling. It's an adjective. Fulfilling means satisfying and meaningful, something that gives you a sense of purpose and accomplishment.
I find teaching very fulfilling. It means teaching gives me satisfaction and makes me feel that I'm doing something worthwhile.
Perfect example. The next word is troubleshooting.
Troubleshooting. Troubleshooting. It's a noun or gerund. Troubleshooting is the process of identifying and solving problems, especially technical problems.
Troubleshooting is a major part of my job. It means I spend a lot of time figuring out what's wrong and fixing it.
Great. The third word is autonomy.
Autonomy. Autonomy. It's a noun. Autonomy means independence and the freedom to make your own decisions without constant supervision.
I have a lot of autonomy in my role. It means I can make decisions independently and manage my own work without someone constantly telling me what to do.
Excellent. And our final word is tedious.
Tedious. Tedious. It's an adjective. Tedious means boring, repetitive, and tiresome, something that requires effort but isn't interesting.
Grading the same assignment 30 times is tedious. It means the task is boring and monotonous, even though it's necessary.
So our 4 vocabulary words are fulfilling, troubleshooting, autonomy, tedious.
Try to use these words when you talk about your own work.
And now we have a question for you.
Tell us, what do you do for work? What's one thing you love about your job and one thing you find challenging?
We'd love to hear about your work experiences. Please share in the comments.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Keep practicing your English, and we hope your work week goes smoothly.
See you in the next lesson.
Bye, everyone!
Goodbye.